Dear students, welcome to the online class of Government Haji Muhammad Mohsin College short program. Today, I am Aisha Tawassuma with you to conduct this class. Hope you all are well and in a sound health. Our topic for the day is taken from Unit 8 and the lesson is entitled with Amerigo, a Street Child. This is from lesson 4. This is a story of a young boy, a child who is destined to be a street child. We have some objectives of this learning. After finishing this passage, the learners will be able to know who street children are. They also know about the lifestyle of the street children. They can identify the violations of human rights displayed in the passage. Before going through the text, let's see some pictures and think about the pictures. Think about these pictures. The first one is this is a picture of a young kid sitting on the rail line with a blank look, wearing faded and torn clothes. This is second one. In this second picture, we notice that a boy of about 5 to 6 years sleeping on a stair, holding his younger one at his lap. Both the kids are sleeping, but without having a bed to sleep. This is the third picture. In this third picture, we can notice a boy only of 2 years collecting foods from the garbage area. This is the fourth picture. In this fourth picture, we see 3 kids are going to collect trash in their bag to earn their livelihood, to meet their hunger. In our country, we usually call them tokai. Think about the pictures yourself, the students, dear learners. In every picture, we get kids in a wretched condition with a lifestyle under the poverty line, who have no safe place to sleep, who have no good food to eat, and they have to earn their own livelihood. They have to work hard to meet their hunger. Now, let's go through the text. Let's know something about Amerigo, a young boy. The title is Amerigo, a street child. My name is Amerigo. That means this is a story in direct narration, direct speech. Amerigo is the speaker of this story. My name is Amerigo. I am 13 years old and I live on the street alone. He's 30 years old and he has to live on the street. My mother, who is separated from my father, doesn't want me. His mother doesn't want to bear his liability. And we get that his parents are separated now. She told me to go away. Now she is married to another man. My father lives very far away. I want to go to him, but he won't take me either. As like as his mother, his father also doesn't want to bear his liability, doesn't want to take his responsibility. I begged him to send me some money so that I could buy a bus ticket, and bus ticket. I'm still waiting. He hasn't answered because his father doesn't want to get him back. The streets are now my home. Sometimes I find work. I used to collect trash and sell it to a vendor. I stopped doing that after I had a serious infection. At first, he got a job of collecting trashes and selling to vendors, but he stopped this work because a doctor advised him not to go to stresses. Once I worked for an ice cream shop owner and sold ice cream on the beach, but I got no money in return. That means this selling ice cream on the beach is a unpaid job for him. But I got no money in return. The owner of the shop gave me something to eat and let me sleep in his hut at night. He worked only in return of only for some food and a place for sleeping at night. The work was difficult and painful. Selling ice cream on the beach is difficult and painful. The ice cream box is quite heavy when it is full. I had to work for hours offering my ice cream to whoever wanted to buy. There were days when I could not even sell one ice cream. In a way, I'm lucky because I'm alive. After all that, after all these happenings, all these things, Amerigo feels that he is lucky enough. Why he is lucky? Why he feels so? Because my friends who work sorting rubbish in dumps often suffer from serious diseases because his co-workers in the dump area collecting trashes are suffering serious diseases often. One of them was recently killed after he fell into a hole that opened up in the pile of trash. His co-workers in the rubbish area, in the dump area, they not only suffer from serious diseases, but also sometimes they had to meet their ultimate doom. They meet their final destiny, the death. Many of us work for 10 to 12 hours and get so little in return that we cannot even buy food. After their hard work, after their toilsome labor, they get so little earnings, so little money to buy their sufficient food. Shoe shining is very popular among the street kids. Shoe shining is popular work for the street children. A few of my friends also work in factories and workshops. A boy I know lost one of his eyes after a piece of hot glass flew into his eye at the glass factory where he worked. A young boy, a kid like Amerigo, lost his eye because one of the piece of glass, hot glass, flew into his eyes when he is working in a glass factory. The owner refused to pay for medical help and fired him. The owner of the company glass factory refused to help any assistance, any medical assistance, and not only that, he fired this injured boy from the job. For me, like all other children on the street, it is very hard. This kind of hard work, this kind of job is so much hard for Amerigo, like all the other street children. I am always hungry and I don't know where I will sleep the next night. He feels hunger all the time because he has no sufficient food to eat and he doesn't know where he will sleep at night. I would like to live in my own home and sleep there in peace. Amerigo wants to have a place of his own, wants to have a home of his own, and he wants to sleep at night in peace. The nights are very cold in the winter. In the winter season, the nights are very cold, and in this winter season, he has to suffer so much trouble. You can die of cold in the street. In the winter season, a boy, a street child, may have to meet his death also because of cold in the outside. Now, this is the end of the text. After finishing our text, we can know about the street children, about their lifestyle. We come to know about the lifestyle of Amerigo, a specific boy. But Amerigo is not a specific boy. He is the representative of all the street children. After finishing the text, the story of Amerigo, I hope you all are now able to answer all the questions related the text, related the Amerigo's life. Let's go. Let's have some questions. The first one is, who are street children? I know you all are now able to answer this question. You all are now very much clearly know that who the street children are. The next one is, the second question is, why does a child like Amerigo become street child? And obviously, you know the answer. Why Amerigo has to be a street child. How does Amerigo evaluate his life now? The next one is, what does Amerigo desire now? And the final question for you today is, do you notice any violation of human rights in this passage? What are they? Is there any violation of human rights in this passage? Find out the violations. I think you all are now able to answer this question. The first question, who are street children? The answer is, the street children are poor or homeless children who live on the streets of a city, town, or village. The second is, why a child like Amerigo? Why a child like Amerigo becomes a street child? Why? You know that? Because children of poverty-stricken family or broken family are deserted and thrown away by their parents or relatives to be street children, because socioeconomic condition does not support their guardians to bear the liabilities of these wretched young folks. The next question is, how does Amerigo evaluate his life now? How does Amerigo evaluate his life now? He feels himself lucky for being alive because living in the street is hard and risky, and many of his street friends are suffering from serious diseases, and one is killed in the dump yard. In the dump yard, one was killed. The next question is, what does Amerigo desire now? We know it very well. What is the desired thing for Amerigo right now? He desires for having a house of his own where he would live and sleep peacefully with a satisfied stomach. The final question is for you. Do you notice any violation of human rights in the passage? Make a list of human rights and that are violated here. Obviously, we notice lots of violations. The hard work, the homelessness, the deserted condition of a child is obviously the violation of human rights. Also, the child labor is violation of human rights. Now, we get the answer. We notice violation of human rights in this passage such as right to life and liberty. In the Act 3 of Human Rights Act, the Right Act 3 declares that right to life and liberty. Everybody, every person has right to life and liberty. He has free life. The next violation is no torture and inhuman treatment, that is stated in Act 5. In Act 5, we get that no torture and inhuman treatment. Nobody can torture and nobody behave inhumanly with any other human being. Freedom to movement and residence. In Act 13, it is said that everybody has to right to move freely and right to have residence of his own, right to have a home, which is violation of human rights in the passage, because Amerigo has no residence of his own. He has no place to sleep at night. Right to social security. Amerigo has no social security, so that he has to work so many crucial works, so many dangerous works, so many dangerous jobs. And as a boy of 13 only, his work is entitled as child labor in the Human Rights Act. In Act 22, said that right to social security, that means every person has equal right to have social security, to live under the social safety net. In Act 23, we get that right to work. Every person has right to choose their suitable work, which is suitable for a person regarding his age, regarding his experience, regarding his lifestyle. He must choose his work. But in the scenario of Amerigo's story, in Amerigo's life, he has no choice. He has no option to choose any suitable work. He has to do, he is compelled to do any kind of work to meet his hunger, to earn his livelihood. And the next one is right to rest and holiday. This is stated in Act 24. According to Act 24 of Human Rights Act, every person has right to get rest and enjoy their holiday. But in the passage, we notice that Amerigo has no rest and no holiday. Special care for children. In the Act 25, we get that special care is always taken for children. We have to care specially for our children, because our children are the future generation. They will lead the world, lead the earth in future. So we have to make them capable. We have to make we have to treat them properly. The next one is right to education. Right to education is a right according to Human Rights Act. This is stated in Act 26. According to Act 26, every person has right to have their proper education, at least primary level. But we see that Amerigo didn't get any opportunity to go to school, any opportunity to to be educated. This is the end of our session today. We know about Amerigo's lifestyle, and through Amerigo's lifestyle, we get the scenario of every street children's lifestyle, why they become street child, why they are deserted, or how they live on the street, and the violations of human rights in according to the passage. Now we come to the end of our session, but before that, you have a task to do. You have to prepare a paragraph on the lifestyle, on the life of Amerigo, that means the street children, comparing yourself with them. Street children, this is your task. Street children are like Amerigo are also found in our city. Compare the street children with you and write a paragraph on their lives, indicating similarities and dissimilarities with you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining the class. In this topic, we learn about the street children, and hope we will work for them for their betterment. This is for the sufficient for the day. Hope we will stay at home. In this pandemic situation, we must have to stay at home. Don't go outside. Always try to follow the health rules advised by the physicians. Stay home, stay safe, keep learning, and thank you. Thank you very much for joining the session.